One celestial phenomenon that challenges proponents of the spherical Earth model is Polaris, the pole star. In both geocentric and heliocentric models, Polaris is situated almost directly above Earth's north pole. The challenge Polaris presents in defending the heliocentric model stems from its stationary position in the night sky. Unlike other stars, which appear to move or trace circular paths due to Earth's alleged rotation, Polaris remains fixed, analogous to the spindle of a record turntable, stationary as the record spins around it. In the heliocentric model, the Earth not only orbits the Sun, but is also said to tilt and wobble on its axis. Despite these complex motions alleged for a spinning, tilting, and wobbling Earth, Polaris continually maintains a fixed position above the North Pole throughout the year. How can any celestial body remain in a fixed position in the sky, given these multiple alleged dynamic movements of the Earth? Circumpolar star trails present another considerable challenge for advocates of the spherical Earth model to explain. Circumpolar star trails clearly illustrate that all stars in the sky trace unbroken circles, returning to their precise starting positions, similar to how a simple protractor works. This observation conflicts entirely with the anticipated behavior of a globe Earth, which is claimed to be rotating, tilting, wobbling, and orbiting around the Sun in an elliptical trajectory. Logically, we would expect to see star trails that are linear, resembling streaks that are far more straight in the sky, rather than the perfect, ever-repeating circles we actually observe. While scientific explanations attempt to reconcile these observations with a globe Earth model, on a flat and stationary Earth, where the celestial bodies themselves are in motion, such orderly, circumpolar star trails are precisely what would be anticipated. This scenario requires no corrections, fixes, or adjustments for validation. The Michelson-Morley experiment, conducted in 1887 by Albert Michelson and Edward Morley, was a pivotal scientific test that aimed to measure the speed of light to prove the existence of ether, a substance once thought to act as a medium for light waves, similar to air for sound or water for ripples. Their experiment tried to detect the Earth's movement through this ether by observing how the speed of light might change when measured at different times and directions. The assumption was that as the Earth orbited the Sun, it would move through the ether and create measurable changes in light speed, akin to how we see interference patterns in water when an object moves through it. However, the results were unexpected and groundbreaking. They found that light speed was consistent in all tested directions, proving that the Earth was not in motion. This contradicted the prevailing model of space and forced scientists to rethink their understanding of the universe, eventually leading to the development of new theories in physics, such as Einstein's theory of relativity, in which he set out to prove this experiment wrong. In the end, Einstein was quoted stating, "I have come to believe that the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment." In 1871, Astronomer Royal Sir George Biddell Airy conducted an experiment that would come to be known as Airy's failure. The purpose of this test was to detect the Earth's movement. Contrary to its objective, the outcome demonstrated that the stars moved relative to a motionless Earth. For this test, Airy filled a telescope with water, which is known to slow down the speed of light. He then planned to calculate the necessary tilt to align the telescope so starlight could travel directly down the tube. Unexpectedly, Airy found that the light entered the telescope at the correct angle, without need to adjust the tilt, demonstrating an absence of Earth's horizontal movement. American astronomer Edwin Hubble said, "Such a condition would imply that we occupy a unique position in the universe, analogous in a sense to the ancient conception of a central Earth. This hypothesis cannot be disproved, but it is unwelcome, and would only be accepted as a last resort. Therefore, we disregard this possibility. The unwelcome position of a favored location must be avoided at all costs. Such a favored position is intolerable. Therefore, in order to restore homogeneity, and to escape the horror of a unique position, must be compensated by spatial curvature. There seems to be no other escape." Cosmologist George Ellis said, "You cannot disprove the geocentric model. You can only exclude it on philosophical grounds." And theoretical physicist Lawrence Krauss said, "New results are either telling us that all of science is wrong and we are the center of the universe, or the data is simply incorrect." These things continue to reveal that the heliocentric model requires implausible and far-reaching fixes to align properly with real-world observational evidence, continuing to cast persistent doubt on its attempted validity and application.